Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Terry and this is another edition of An Orchid Day. But today I wanted to give you a little preview of a piece that I've been working on lately. A little hint, anybody guess? It is a YouTube person. But anyway, to the orchids. Today is going to be a repotting day and I am going to finally deal with these Phalaenopsis that look horrible with these leaves. I do not know what the deal is, but I'm going to get them out of the media and just give them fresh. And I'm going to work on my project plans. Finally, I'm going to get to that. First, I'm showing you the potted up rotted plant part of the plant that I saved, Anceps times Florence Lynn, getting drier. The sun. Set that over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this camera up. I'm going to get my mix for my files, and I'm going to get my mount all together for this, and I'll be right back in a flash. All right, I'm back, and I'm just going to deal with these Phalaenopsis really quickly. Just getting them out of these pots and then getting them into fresh media. Easy peasy. I'm just going to put them right back in sphagnum moss. And hopefully that will improve the look of these leaves because they look really horrible, and I know people have been making comments on them and what it is, and I've asked too and nobody's really responded, so I could not tell you. The roots look okay. Definitely they look okay. The new leaves, the new leaf is looking okay. No sign of any of that. I don't see any bugs. I mean, here's a mealy bug, but I can easily just scoop that off. But nothing else. So, something. And I think this will work best. And I put lava in the bottom. And I'm just pulling off some of this brown stuff. And I set the plant like such. And I'm just going to fill that in with sphagnum moss. Like that. And that's really it. Pack it in. Now it doesn't want to jiggle like that, so I can add a little bit more just to make it a little bit more firmer in the pot, but really it's okay. And then that's fine. That Phalaenopsis was Sophia Peter's Pride. And then this one, which I don't think has a tag, this is actually a freebie. This is I think this is a Tetraspis or a Speciosa. I'm not quite sure. It's one of those. I believe it's Tetraspis, that's what it is. C4 maybe. And again, this has those leaves that look horrible. And, you know, people would say that's a virus leaf. I'm going to see what happens. Roots look pretty decent. Sphagnum moss is a goner, but inside of that bad moss, I mean, there are really good roots that are trying to keep the plant alive. So, same dealie as with before. I've got a pot here that there is some water, just so that the bottom has perfect drainage. Set the roots on top, spreading them out a little bit. And just add the moss. Tucking in those roots and around the plant like such. Tapping it in pretty firm. There are spikes on the plant, so I'm making sure not to accidentally be a klutz, like so many of us are prone to do, but that's part of the hobby. So again, there is a little bit of like maybe some mealies in here that I'll get rid of. Yeah, there's some right in here, you can see. And I do have my hose around here, so maybe this is a little bit more moss right around here. As you can see, it's pretty empty there. Species tend to need a little bit more water than your average Phalaenopsis peasant orchid. But for the most part, that is pretty much good. They don't need to be that deep in the pot. Their roots will find a way, and I need to get a tag for that to make sure that I remember the plant, what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to deal with my project plant. Here we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it. It has been sitting in this little shot glass, keeping the roots hydrated, and it has been outside since I got it. And I'm taking the tape off of it. And since these roots are hydrated, it should actually just fall right out. But if not, I do have some scissors. Yeah, just teasing it right out, like such. Now that root this one is good. The other one was a little suspect. You can see the other one that I'm talking about somewhere. Now I lost it. Maybe it was, some of these are a little suspect. But we're more concerned with the front of the plant, which is this end. Gonna get a lot of that mud off as much as I can, little bark pieces. I'm not really concerned about getting it perfectly clean because it is going on a mount and it will be washed and rained on pretty frequently. So I'm gonna just use this. You know what? I'm gonna use this chala, and I am going to assume that it is growing this way. So I'm going to, or the baby starts here, or maybe it's here, but anyway, this is the latest growth. So I could actually just set it in here. I could do that. That would be the easiest way, since there is that slot in there. That would be perfect. Okay. So look, I've got that right there. The roots there. What I'm gonna do is I've got some ties here, and I hope that these go all the way around, but this one will. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie it right here. I'm gonna try to stay away from this because that is the latest growth. I don't want to put too much pressure on it. So I'm just going to do that. And honestly, that's it, folks. That is it. I'm not going to put anything in there. Those roots will undoubtedly eventually attach. So I'm just going to let them rest. Although what I may do is take another tie like this one and tie the roots down so that they're a little bit on the mount. That's what I'm going to do, lightly, just to give it a little bit of a help with getting those roots on. And there we go. You see how that's very lightly over the roots and not squashing them. Here's my tag. I'll make sure I date it. Small World times Richard Mueller. And the tag will go here. And to start off with this plant, I am going to put it in a shady spot where it is free from overhead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it on the edge of this pot. There's nothing overhanging it, and it will sit here undisturbed. And when I see roots, new roots or anything, any growths, then I will begin to move it out into a more higher light situation, and so forth and so on. So, everyone, this is mine, and the other ones are coming in. And when I get everybody else's project plant, I will make a video, and I will also again include mine, and then we will see each other's and how everybody has done. I am in Zone 5 in the U.S., Champaign, Illinois. And this right here is the western end of my greenhouse, which is that way. It's east. This is the west. Sun sets over here. So right now it is only about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but you see the sun is overhead. Overhead of these plants, whereas the rest of the greenhouse that way is getting some of it, but the middle part of it is getting shade. And I almost tripped over my macchiato. So that's a good spot to leave the video. And hopefully these fowls will recover quickly. But thanks for watching, everyone.